Hello everyone, as promised in the trailer I posted a few days ago, we are going to go through the possible origins of non-human intelligence behind the UFO-UAP phenomena we observe in a mini-series of 3 videos. But before we delve into the content, I would like to thank you for your support, likes and subscribes. Feel free to comment the video as well, as it helps the channel grow and spread the knowledge around. Contrary to what it may seem and to what probably quite a lot of people think, the issue of origin of non-human intelligence, or aliens as they are usually called, is actually quite more complex than just extraterrestrial origins most usually associated with those beings. In this mini-series we are going to follow the classification proposed by the so-called UAP caucus, with a link to their website available below. According to their classification system, there are 3 main categories, or we could say clades, in their taxonomic system. The first one includes physical origins, the second psychosocial, and the third one metaphysical. As the name suggests, we are going to start with the more nuts and bolts side of things and gradually move over to the woo-heavy theories. The entire system is based on a presentation provided by Colonel Carnell, presented during the Soul Foundation Symposium in November 2023. So, let's start with physical explanations. The first one includes intradimensional objects, namely objects which operate within our physical 3+1 dimensional reality. Aside from actual UAPs, this category also includes purely prosaic objects, which are often mistaken for UFOs, and which means natural objects and phenomena, such as weather effects or geological processes. Then we have optical artifacts and illusions. There are known examples of people mistaking Fata Morgana-like imagery appearing above the surface of larger water bodies for UAPs. And one of the most obvious objects are celestial bodies, which under certain conditions can pass by for a UFO. This category includes man-made objects, starting from weather balloons, which hold quite the position in the UFO circles, through aircraft piloted by humans, other technologies and innovations of our own civilization. A subset of those includes technologies and prototypes introduced by the military. If we take a look at such an achievement as the F-117A stealth fighter, for example, it is easy to see how people could mistake it for a UFO several decades ago during its test flights. More modern examples include the rumored TR-3B aircraft, which actually looks quite like the sometimes observed triangular UAPs. A broader scope of consideration here includes supragovernmental or international endeavors or technology in private use. The Starlink system introduced by Elon Musk is currently one of the most frequent misobservations claimed to be UFOs by many people. Next, we move on to more anomalous territories. Some claims put forth by people interested in UFOs, including people with more direct experience with anomalous phenomena, suspect that those may come from a hidden, ancient and/or advanced civilization that lives in the so-called shadow biosphere we do not normally interact with on Earth. There are fairly popular theories involving underground cities and civilizations, just to name the report from Antarctica provided by Admiral Byrd and hinting at the presence of an advanced civilization living there under the ice cover. A spin-off version of this theory would be a breakaway civilization, people who have mastered technology beyond our own and kept it for themselves for an obvious advantage. More outlandish theories here posit that such objects could be the property of cryptids or unknown humanoids which have evolved on the Earth unbeknown to humanity. Such theories are somewhat difficult to hold to a degree, as we have ever wider and more precise detection technologies, and logic says we should have stumbled upon such unknown beings living around, but with a technological difference, who knows? A peculiar and borderline case would involve extraterrestrial beings who became stranded on Earth, with possible technological prowess granting them status not unlike the gods of ancient human civilizations. Moving forward, we have the most classic of all theories on the origins of non-human intelligence, namely extraterrestrial origins. The closest location to home would be our own solar system. A question arises as to where such entities would live. This could include places like the oceans of Europa, Jupiter's moon, or objects like Oumuamua, which passed through the solar system a few years ago. Some of its characteristics led to claims it may be an interstellar probe launched our way. Interstellar visitors are probably the most frequent of all those categories. From the abduction of Betty and Barney Hills to various experiences and telepathic communications. We have heard of beings from the star systems of Zeta Reticuli, Sirius, Pleiades, Arcturus, the Draco constellation, and so on. The explanation here is simple. Any sufficiently advanced civilization should master interstellar travel technologies. Even if the actual non-human beings would be unable to travel because of their lifespan and subliminal speeds, it is not entirely impossible to send bioengineered beings, like some claim the grey aliens are, as living probes traversing our galaxy. Intergalactic travelers are a bit less probable. Such travels would require either energy sources which would be available to Kardashev level 2+ civilizations and quite likely a much deeper understanding of physics than our own, with either superliminal speeds of travel or faster than light, or the use of wormholes to traverse distances which are not feasible for slower travel modes. Yet a wilder variant here would be visitors from unknown regions of space and time, like from outside our observational bubble of the universe, or coming from different time points, thus involving even stranger modes of transportation and technologies. The next category gets wilder. We will now consider extra-dimensional beings or beings originating from other dimensions, parallel universes, or from outside our physical reality. We will begin with hyperspatial beings or beings existing in more than 3 spatial dimensions. They could manifest in our 3-dimensional reality as shadows of sorts. Another option when it comes to beings using more dimensions could involve the so-called compactified dimensions, which I understand as subatomic scale dimensions manifesting in Calabi-Yau manifolds or in the string theory. Other options could include the so-called bulk or hyperspace present in multiverse theories. This could mean that the visitors could traverse space existing between individual universes altogether, very much in line with the brain hoppers, with brains being objects similar to membranes and comprising physical universes, as well as forming higher dimensional brains. We have also mentioned that the UAPs may be projections of hyperdimensional beings, so effectively shadows projected into our own reality. Similar options include 0 to 2-dimensional beings and fractal dimensions, or dimensions which are not described using integers, with complex geometric patterns and self-similarity of such structures. Such entities could also exist as avatars of actual aliens operating in different space-time systems or dimensions, including holographic projections. Such objects could also be technically non-living and involve machines and artificial life forms. The third major category includes interdimensional beings or beings able to travel between dimensions and realities. This category is in fact quite similar to the one we have just discussed, with such alien beings able to travel through the multiverse of various orders as our current science knows them. A variant of these involves ejecta from colliding universes and parallel realities coexisting with our own. Quantum phenomena related to the many worlds theory could also be responsible for the observed UAPs as their manifestations or interactions between different quantum realities and states. Now we also have time travel as a potential mechanism behind the UAPs. Here we have a very popular theory indicating that aliens are our evolutionary descendants from the future who have mastered bidirectional time travel and are looking for something in their past and our present time, which could be of use to them. The other direction involves potential humans from the past, from ancient civilizations which have possibly existed millions of years ago. Time travel mechanisms could also coincide with other interdimensional phenomena, which could mean that aliens are humans from alternate timelines altogether. And of course, it is also possible that time travelers are non-human as well, and the last option here relies on additional time dimensions which can theoretically exist in a manner similar to how spatial dimensions do. The most out there of physical theories regarding the origin of UAPs include scale invariance, with UAPs being objects scale upwards from the microscopic world or downwards from the cosmic scale. The object we observe can also be the effects of quantum fluctuations occurring on a macro scale or distance recursive objects, similar to scaling, manifesting in a completely different size compared to their progenitors. Finally, UAPs could involve large-scale quantum entanglements with objects located at an arbitrary distance, manifesting in our space-time reality as material craft or beings. As you can see, the road from the prosaic to the mind-boggling when it comes to the possible non-human intelligence and its technology is quite wild. To quote the physicist John Archibald Wheeler, the universe is not only queerer than we suppose, it is actually queerer than we can suppose. And remember that this is still a tame field of theories compared to the ones we are going to discuss in the next two videos. And what do you think? Are the aliens just extraterrestrials, interstellar travelers, or do they come from some other realms we cannot sometimes imagine using just our everyday thinking and common sense? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next video.